The next topic I'd like to speak about is the Andon cord. So what is the Andon cord? The Andon cord is basically a way in manufacturing that people are able to stop production if they see something that's a quality issue. A good example of this is if you go to a manufacturing plant, you will see cords around and you will see, they're called stack lights, right? Where it has a red on the top, a yellow, and then a green, right? And anyone can go and hit those buttons that switch a green light to red. And that means that the operation is not functioning. The thing that's great about Andons is that it really tells you if something is going wrong. So in Japan, at Toyota, and at a lot of manufacturing facilities, anytime you have any quality issue that is on the floor, you can pull that Andon cord and you can stop the whole assembly line. And when that happens, they have teams that will go out and they will look at the problem that has occurred, and those teams will rapidly solve the solution. This is really important because it brings a laser focus to quality. It brings a laser focus to fixing the problem because there is all of the manufacturing plant waiting for you to fix that issue. The Andon cord is very visual in terms of how people see it. So you can see it from anywhere on the floor. You can look over and see, oh, that set of the line is not functioning properly. That set of the line is running just perfectly fine. So you can really, as a manager or as anyone who's on the floor, you know visually when anything's going wrong or when things are going right. I've even seen it in Mexico at one of the facilities I worked at, where we actually had the Andons triggered with music as well. So if you heard Happy Birthday, you knew that this part of the assembly line was actually not functioning right now because they would play that song while that part of the line was down. And you could also see on a light. And this way, managers could easily tell, no matter where they were in the plant, oh, I hear my song, I know that my area needs to be fixed, I better hurry over there and fix it. In other realms, Andon is very visual in terms of just making sure that people know when something is going wrong and something is going right. A good example of an Andon is at school. You raise your hand, right? That's a simple visual indicator that I have a question or I have a problem, right? That is a simple Andon, and you can implement those almost anywhere, right? I've had it set up at work where I said, I'm really busy right now, but I need people not to bother me. So I made an Andon where I had a little meter where it said, okay, if it's green, you can talk to Randall. If it's yellow, you can kind of talk to me, but I'm busy. If it's red, don't come talk to me. I'm too busy to talk. And that way, people visually could see that there are times when they can come speak to me, and there are times when they can't. And I need to just focus on what I'm doing. And having that sort of a visual indicator is very helpful for people. That way they can say, oh, okay, yeah, I'll leave them alone. Or now's a great time for us to have a chat about what happened on Game of Thrones. That's the kind of thing that are great to take from Lean and implement in your daily life. Another example might be, let's say your kids are having problems with something. You can put something on the refrigerator where you can say, okay, if you're having a problem, put a mark on the refrigerator with like a red dot next to it, and that will notify me. I need to read what you put right there, and I will get back with you, and that way we can make sure that we're all correct and we can fix the issue. These little things are great for us to just have a visual recognition of these things. And that's the great thing about Andon. It's very visual, it's very direct, and it's very simple. So red is bad, yellow is it's kind of bad, it's trending towards bad, and green, we're good to go. You can do it in leisure. So that is the great thing about Andon. I recommend you look at ways that you can add Andon to your daily life. Simple visual indicators that you can use for adding to your value. Thank you. Something else great about Andon is that it really shows the trust that the employers have in their assembly workers. When you give someone the power to stop a multi-million-dollar assembly line at any given moment, if you give that to the guy who makes $9 an hour, that is showing a lot of trust in them. That is showing a lot of responsibility to them, giving that to them to make sure that they do it at the right moment. And that is really empowering for those people that are given the andons. And anybody on the floor can do it. So that's the great part about it. You can be there 2 days. You see an issue, pull the cord, stops the line. And really implementing things like the andon cord really encourages people to be a part of the system. It encourages them to buy in, it encourages them to really adopt what is going on and really notice quality. You know, at a facility like Toyota, somebody might pull the andon cord for something very minor. They might recognize something very minor, but that might have a much bigger problem associated with it. So that is one of the keys with andon, is giving that power to even the lowest operator. So that way they can have a voice in what are quality issues and what are not.